Greetings, friends. Randall Nagy here, of course. It's my channel, and today I wanted to let you know that I am working on a MicorPython training. Some of it will surface over here on the Total Pythoneering channels, and others, let's just say, are destined for other locations. But while I was working on Linux as well as Windows Subsystem for Linux, I was really disturbed to see that the plugins that I've used under VS Code, let alone programs like Thorny, just weren't working anymore. As a matter of fact, some required me to run en root, and some required me to run applications that weren't trusted. And this is the day, of course, where we expect things to melt down, as well as a melting down of trusting people. So what I wound up doing today was to create a little utility called Auto Run. And what Auto Run does is pretty much self-explanatory. As we see here on our command lines, where I'm going to have Auto Run sit and wait for changes to my first.py, and then it's going to run my installed version of MicroPython. By the virtue of argparse, of course, we can see that we have the ability to include both the interval or the number of seconds we want to wait in between checking, or sleeping in this case, to see if our file has changed, as well as the Python processor. In this case, I'm running MicroPython to use for interpreting our scripts. One of the fun things about the Auto Run tool, of course, is that if I'm running, as we see here under Microsoft Subsystem for Linux, I can have it take a look at my first.py. While here, I'm actually going to be editing that same first.py in my study. Indeed, simply by saving out my Python file, we see that the change is automatically detected. In addition to running our Python with a local Python interpreter, the effective Python interpreter, by the way, rather than the link, if we include an error, for example, and save our file out, we see our invalid syntax error as we see here. Entering Control-C at our session will indeed stop autorun.py, and starting it up again with the default interpreter. Rather than seeing MicroPython, of course, we're going to use our sys.executable, and the default time will be every 3 seconds to check for changes to our file, specifically the M time, before we can verify that we are indeed using userbin.python as detected by our script. Another useful tool that you might need to use, whether it's for simply running different Python interpreters or automatically running scripts whenever the date and times change, my intention was simply to share this project up on GitHub in my handy set of Python 3 training activities, which give us the usual disclaimers that effectively say, with great power comes a great disclaimer. And because you're going to be writing scripts that automatically run whenever they're changing, make sure you're not doing anything completely evil or foolish if you're going to be running autorun.py.